Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Dr. Ghost and today we are back on World of Warships Legends. Today we are taking another look at the Tier 7 Premium American Heavy Cruiser USS Rochester. Now there is a coupon right now that most of you guys have probably seen in the store. If you head on over to the special tab, I think it's a special tab. If you scroll through, there is a coupon here you can get for 10,000 in Pendium, and this coupon basically gives you a 70% discount on most ships that are in the U.S. Navy line for doubloons. So now I did make a video yesterday talking about my top 5 recommended ships to get with this coupon. Now the Rochester, unfortunately, did not make it on that list. But for those who are wanting a dedicated like Rochester sort of video, here you go. I know a lot of you guys are probably torn between like getting Rochester or getting like Wichita or getting Indianapolis or something like that. Now, I still would not recommend getting Rochester over Wichita. Now, getting Rochester over Indianapolis, that's probably not a bad idea. Now, I do want to talk about why I think that this ship isn't as great as Wichita and obviously Indianapolis. It's obviously better than Indianapolis in terms of armor and guns, but the main problem I run into with the Rochester is the fact that it doesn't have a radar. Okay, it just doesn't. It doesn't have a radar. Now, it has a sonar and it has a defensive AA, but it doesn't get a radar. Now, you can swap out your smoke for a heal if you want to, but like, what's the point? I would rather go play Baltimore at this rate. And that's kind of the problem that I run into with the Rochester. If the Rochester had a radar, it would easily be #1. I would play this thing a lot more. Now, don't get it twisted, it's still a good ship, but compared to like Baltimore, compared to Wichita, it's not even on the same level just because it doesn't get that radar. Baltimore and Cleveland and Wichita and Indianapolis, all those American cruisers with radars are extremely dangerous. They can definitely carry a lot more just because they have those radars. Now, I'm going to real quick go over my build. I'm running basically a full-on gun build. I got range here, fire chance, AP stuff, all my regular, just my regular heavy cruiser build, okay? Nikolai and Francesco as inspirations. Nikolai gives me range, and Francesco gives me an extra bit of reload. Now, one thing I will say about the Rochester is the guns are phenomenal. They are basically Baltimore guns. They are insane. With the AP, with the HE, the guns are incredible. So there is that to look forwards to. But everything else, is it worth playing this ship over Wichita and Baltimore? No, it just isn't, because it just doesn't get that radar. Now, if it got a radar, it would easily be up there. But yeah. Anyways, this ship is more, I made a video like a year or two ago when this ship first came out. This ship is more of an AA support cruiser, or rather an AA/support cruiser. It is more of the selfish sort of playstyle. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be like sitting in the back, pumping out shells, sitting in smoke screens, and depending on your team to spot for you. And that's about it. This ship is not supposed to be getting up close and personal with people and, radaring and stuff, because it doesn't have a radar, even though despite, if you look at the top of the mast, there are radars up there. But obviously this is a game, and this is World of Warships at the end of the day. What you see is not exactly what you might get. So anyway, I usually run the repair party because I'm getting hit a lot, but today I'm going to run the smoke screen, and I'm just going to go into a battle and see what happens. Now, I will say this, Rochester played in a division can be very, very strong, okay? I won't even lie. If you can get people in your division to spot for you, hell, if you can pair up with a Baltimore and like a DD, that's really dangerous. That's a really dangerous combination right there. Having someone to spot for you, and on top of that, having having a heavy cruiser with a radar with you to spot those enemy destroyers is huge. All right. Anyway, we are in a carrier game, and we are also. Oh, I see Galaxy Wolf, and we got some Pain guys in here. So. J with Doe TT. We got a TT guy in here. But anyways. Well, this should be a win. I mean, we should have this in the bag. We got TT guy and we got fucking Pain guys with us. Yeah, we should be good. It's kind of funny because He's a TT guy. Doesn't TT have their own clan, Terror Tactics? I don't know. Maybe it split off or something. But nevertheless, let's go out here and see what we can do. Now, thankfully, we did get into a carrier game, so maybe, just maybe, we can showcase a bit of the AA on this thing. The AA is absolutely phenomenal on the Rochester. Like, it's straight up freaking cracked. Hopefully we can use it right here. Come on, what you gonna do? You gonna come in? Oh, you're gonna come in, aren't you? Oh, yes. Yes, he is. And look at our freaking AA go. We're shooting down his fighters. We're shooting down his regular planes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. And as you guys can see, the AA is great on the Rochester. It's actually better than the AA on the Baltimore, believe it or not. It is one of the best AA cruisers at tier 7. Straight up. One of the best cruisers for AA at tier 7. And we are just getting a shitload of planes that are flying in here. We're going to go and slow down. We're going to smoke up. And we're going to chill. And just farm and get plane kills. Now, one thing I want to mention is a little bit of the history with the Rochester and what class of ship it is. The Rochester is an Oregon City class heavy cruiser. The Oregon City class heavy cruisers came after the Baltimore class cruisers. So it is actually a more modern cruiser than the Baltimore, believe it or not. Now, I'm going to take some torpedoes here, unfortunately, but oh well. And again, here's a problem I want to showcase, is the fact that you don't have heals. Like, if I was Baltimore in this situation, I would be able to heal some of that torpedo damage. But since I'm not a Baltimore, and since I am not any other cruiser at tier 7, I don't have heals. Unless you decide to actually run the heal, but you have to trade out the smokescreen. If they made it to where you could have both the smokescreen and the heal, that would be really nice. But obviously, there's only so many D-pads you can have assigned, so... Anyways, let's start shooting our guns here. We got a pretty over-angled Belfast, and as you guys will probably see here, the AP is phenomenal, as you guys just saw. I mean, nasty, nasty, nasty stuff. He should be dead here, actually. Yeah, that's a 2-salvo kill right there, right? Oh, yeah. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That is our first kill of the game. And as you guys can see, I mean, if you have spotting, if you have a good team, and you're able to sit in your smoke and just pummel people, then the Rochester easily is really good there. Like, it's super strong. Now, I am trying to get some hits on this enemy mines, but unfortunately, it's just not a lot of damage happening. So I'm switching my shells, or switching my shot over here to this destroyer. I think only the back gun got around that island, and we unfortunately miss. Now, this guy is over-angling, so we're going to take a shot over at that mines again, and he is starting to angle, but hopefully maybe the increased pen angles might come through here. Nope, unfortunately he angled a little bit too quick for me, so my shells just did not quite make it there in time to catch him. Maybe some superstructure hits, though, might be good. Nope, nope, okay, nothing. Let's switch over to the HE and start farming this guy for some fires, maybe. Now, the smoke reload time is pretty good. The smoke doesn't last as long as most American smokes. It doesn't last the traditional 2 minutes. It only lasts about 1 minute and 40 seconds. But the difference is, basically, by the time your smoke screen runs out, your smoke screen is basically back. Like, the reload is about the same as the duration, almost. So you can continuously pop these smoke screens in pretty quick succession, and one after the other. So there is that. Now, we did get a fire on that mines. I want to see if I can get another one on him. Unfortunately, no fire there. And, well, there you go. I'm going to start moving out of the smoke screen because there's really not a lot else here to farm. That mines did just get set on another fire, so that's my second fire. Hopefully, those 2 fires will take him out. Well, it looks like the Sims, or the Lexington, took out that mines there with the fires as well. So there he goes. That's an assist medal for us as well, or assist ribbon. And now we can switch our attention over to this Harlem. Good old Dutch cruisers. I hope he does send some planes my way. I would love to gobble up some of those airstrike planes. Oh, carrier, hello. Hello, hello. I would like to farm you. Maybe we can get some decent damage here on this carrier. I'm going to switch over to HE because the AP at this angle probably not going to do a lot on this Lexington. As you guys can see there, just nothing but ricochets off his flight deck and whatnot. But the HE should have no problems getting penetrations and, of course, getting some fires, so that's what I'm banking on. And there's some penetrations there. RNG being a little bit wonky, unfortunately. And now it looks like we're starting to get in within some plane distance here, so we might be able to shoot down some more planes. I think all we need is like 30 planes to get a clear sky, or is it 25? I don't actually remember. They changed it a while ago. I think it's 30. It used to be 40 if I recall. So, yeah. But, can't. Looks like he's gonna die to torpedoes. Yeah, he did. Switch over to the AP again, because we got an over-angled Harlem here. And see if we can't smack him around a little bit. Now he is starting to angle, because of course he is. The second I load the AP, he's like, oh, I'm gonna angle. Very kind of you. Alright, switch back over to the HE. See if we can't get some decent little damage here. Of course, he just knows when I switch over to HE, doesn't he? Nope, he's still angling. Okay. I thought he was gonna go broadside the second I switched over to HE. I have a pretty bad string of luck with people doing that. Like, I switch over to AP, the angle, and then the second I switch over to HE, they decide to go broadside. It drives me crazy. But, yeah. Anyway. Permafire? Nope. No permafire. Maybe with the next salvo we might get one. The back gun or something. Those other shells I think are ghost shells. Oh, auto-aim being weird. We got Iowa here. We might be able to farm, so let's turn our guns that way. That cruiser should hopefully get set on fire. Yep, there's the permafire. And he should die. We got 2 cruisers pursuing him right now, and I'm not going to even worry about him. Let's get right up here. Let's pop our smoke screen. Let's slow down. Let's switch over to the HE, because it looks like this Iowa is going to be angled when he comes around the island. And we should be able to farm him for some decent bits of damage. Unfortunately, our mines did go down. He did get some torpedoes away, so maybe, just maybe, he might get some shit there. Oh yeah, especially if the Iowa turns like he just did for a second. He has a lot of torpedo problems to worry about. Holy smokes. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty nasty stuff right there.
Smoke screen set.
But yeah, as you guys can see, I mean, in the right hands, or in the right match, right, in the right circumstances, Rochester can be pretty good. But in most scenarios, I would just rather be in a Baltimore or even a Cleveland or a Wichita, obviously. Right. So, anyway, Iowa's almost dead. We're going to switch over to the AP because he is broadside, and we should be able to finish him off if he is still alive with this next salvo. And, let's see. Yep, down he goes. That is our second kill of the game, and it's probably our final kill of the game. Now, Harlem is still alive. Harlem took out one of the cruisers, and he is against a Algerie. Oh boy. Well, let's start turning these guns that way, and hopefully take him down if this cruiser can't. He is slowing down. He's probably just worried about torpedoes, so I have some crossfires here for you, Harlem. Let's see what these 8-inch guns do. He is speeding up a bit, so... But I still caught him with 1 penetration there. Second salvo, maybe, right there, might finish him, get some citadels. Oh yeah, no citadels, but just raw penetrations. And that is our third and final kill of the game. So if you are a really good cruiser player, you'll probably like Rochester. Like, I like Rochester, but if I have to, if I had to choose between selling a Rochester or selling a Wichita, I would sell Rochester. Like, that's basically my mentality. Or if I was playing, like, a competitive battle, let's say if I had, like, a tournament I was participating in, and I had to choose between Rochester, Baltimore, Wichita, something like that, I would obviously choose Baltimore and Wichita. I would never play Rochester in a competitive game. But in the right matches, Rochester can be really good, especially in carrier games. I would definitely rather be in a Rochester, you know, in a carrier game than like a Baltimore. But even that, I don't know. it's up to you guys. I was top of the leaderboard there. 2.3k base XP. Everybody else did pretty decent. You know, good job, guys. And we earned a pretty nice penny, too. 400,000 credits earned just in that little battle there. And, yeah, man. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about the Rochester. I thought I would come on and revisit it and, you know, talk about it. I like it. It's not a bad cruiser by any means. I mean, as you guys just saw there, I just hopped on, played a game, and there you go, right? Not a bad result there whatsoever. Not a great result, but not a bad result either. So, yeah, if you guys did enjoy today's video, let me know. And hit the like button, hit the sub button, man. And I will catch you guys on the next one. See you later, everybody. Peace.
Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.